Before I even start this video, I just want to say that this is not a Sony or PlayStation hate video. This is just because I don't want these PlayStation and Sony fanboys coming in and commenting on my videos, raining hellfire missiles upon me, saying, "Oh well, you're an Xbox fanboy. You just hate the PlayStation now. Why don't you shut the fuck up and appreciate what they got?" Okay, I don't want that shit, because what I'm about to say, I say it out of love, because I love Sony. And I love PlayStation. I've been a huge PlayStation fan since I was a little kid when I got the PlayStation 2 for Christmas. And I love my PlayStation 3 as well. And like pretty much everyone else out there that has been looking forward to this, I have been excited as hell to play the PlayStation 4. I mean, it looks great. The games coming out for it look excellent. It just seems like a really kick-ass console. But even so, I have been on the fence about whether or not I should try to get a PlayStation 4 as soon as possible during the launch season. And this is, if I would, this would be the first time I would ever buy a console at launch. And just today, Sony released a big, huge FAQ regarding the PlayStation 4, and I appreciate how Sony is being very direct about this, and they pretty much have almost all the answers to your questions in a nice, clear, concise way. Here's the bad part. A lot of what they said and confirmed about the PlayStation 4 in this FAQ is a huge chunk of my decision to not be buying a PlayStation 4 anytime soon. Meaning within 3 or 4 months, because really, this FAQ, I mean, I appreciate them being honest and direct about it, but it's taken a lot of wind out of my sails, man. This is just, it's disappointing, and they have really, I think they've made some very big mistakes as far as this launch is concerned. And I'm just deciding, I got, right here, I have 5 reasons why I will not be getting a PlayStation 4 anytime soon. And it's tough love. I gotta give Sony some tough love here, because really, this is coming from the heart. This is coming from a long-time PlayStation fan. And the reason I do this is because I want the PlayStation 4 to be as awesome as it could possibly be. So here are my 5 reasons why I will not be getting a PlayStation 4 anytime soon. Number 1, the launch lineup is really lackluster. I mean, look at what they've got. They're releasing about 22 games, I believe. Some indies, mainly mainstream. Look at the exclusives. Really, just look at the first-party titles. All you've got is really Knack, the big name exclusives. Knack and Killzone Shadowfall. That's not really turning any heads here, guys. I mean, really, Knack, I mean, it's got the people behind Crash Bandicoot, and the guy, I think, that developed the PlayStation 4's architecture is leading this game's development, which could be like a big key thing for some people. Personally, I don't really care. And Killzone Shadowfall, really, it's Killzone. All those games blend together for me, really. I just don't see the difference in any of them. And even though, as much as I do not care for Microsoft or the Xbox One right now, I'll be the first to admit the launch lineup for the Xbox One is significantly better than the PlayStation 4's. And it's a lot better, it's a lot more diverse, and has a lot more exclusives. I mean, you got stuff like Crimson Dragon, Rise Son of Rome, Dead Rising 3, Killer Instinct, Forza 5, and that is just exclusive stuff. That's just exclusive stuff. That, right there, that automatically just dwarfs anything Sony's got to offer as far as the PlayStation 4 is concerned. And to be honest, most of the lineup for both consoles, I mean, to be fair, is just third-party stuff. And I gotta be honest, when they showed, I think it was yesterday, they released a comparison video between the PS3 version and the PS4 version of Assassin's Creed 4. And I gotta admit, I thought the PS3 version looked better. Because it looked brighter, it looked more clean, it just looked better than the PS4s. It looked kind of washed out on the PlayStation 4. I don't know whether that was like the TV they were using they were on energy save mode or something. It just did not look as appealing as the PlayStation 3s. And really the only games I'm interested in for the PS4's lineup are PlanetSide 2, which has now been delayed, which is really unfortunate. So that just makes it 2 now. I mean 1. Which is the Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. But then again, I can get that on the PS3 most likely. That's not a system seller for me. I mean, it's interesting because I really want to try. I was waiting for an Ultimate Edition of Injustice before I bought it. But that's not going to get me to buy a PlayStation 4. And neither is Knack or Killzone Shadowfall. And three games I thought would have been really excellent for first-party launches for the PlayStation 4. If they had made Beyond Two Souls a PS4 exclusive instead of a PS3 one, holy hell, you would be selling a lot more systems now. There would be a lot more eyes fixed on your lineup than on Microsoft's. A Quantic Dream game being a launch title. That would have been awesome. And also, two games that I think, Infamous Second Son, that game actually looks really cool. That would have been a great launch title to have, because Infamous is a popular series, and this new one looks really cool. And I also think the Order 1886 should have been a launch title, because if you really want to demonstrate the power of the PlayStation 4, that would have been the perfect game to begin with. It's made by a trusted source, which is Ready at Dawn, who've made great games, the great God of War PSP games. You also got they just had a cover story for it in Game Informer, and my interest in it really got much higher after I read about it. And it just would have made a great launch title. But no, unfortunately, Beyond Two Souls went to the PS3, and Infamous Second Son and the Order 1886 are coming out next year. So there's the wasted opportunity there, and really, there's just nothing game-wise that's really drawing my attention right now. That's drawing my attention to the PS4. Number 2, and this is, I will admit, this is something I don't find as nagging as some of the other choices I have on here, or reasons, but it's still a thing, and it's the lack of support for CDs and MP3 files. The fuck? Okay. I can't use my own music on my own console? What's that about? What machine in this day and age doesn't support MP3 files? Apparently, the next generation isn't going to have CDs and MP3 files on it, which is bullshit, by the way. Also, they're trying to push this Music Unlimited thing that I've heard from people that have tried it have said it is shit. It's very, for being called Music Unlimited, it has a very limited music library. And I don't want to subscribe to some shitty-ass music thing to hear my music in the background. Oh, fuck that shit. But personally, for me, I don't think it's as big a deal for me, and I understand people that are very angry about that. Don't worry, I'm on that team that is pissed about this. But really, that's what a computer is for to me. I can just play my PS4 and then have my computer on with my music in the background. Really, it's not a big deal to me, but I completely understand why people are pissed off about this. Number 3, and here's the big one for me. No YouTube streaming or uploading at launch. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Why, from the get-go, why are you not supporting the most popular video uploading site in the world? What is that about? That is such a huge disappointment. Because I wanted to, like, for the PS4, when I got the PS4, I wanted to upload walkthroughs with commentary onto my channel, either by myself or I have a friend playing with me and we just dick around. But I guess that's not going to happen right now. I guess not at launch. I mean, there's always hope that they could patch it in later, but not having this at launch is so fucking stupid. Man, is that just a... That should have been a no-brainer from the get-go. And they just royally fucked up right there. And I gotta admit, if the Xbox One supports YouTube uploading, I'll strongly consider buying an Xbox One as well as a PS4. I want that feature. If Sony's not gonna do it, and Microsoft does, guess whose console I'm gonna buy as well? Or maybe even before PlayStation 4. This would be a great marketing shot at Sony if Microsoft released an FAQ like Sony's and said, yes, we support CDs, we support MP3 files, we support YouTube. Sony's pretty much giving Microsoft free ammunition right there. And, I hope they take it, because it's a great business decision. Number 4, and this is another big one. No DLNA. And if you don't know what DLNA is, it's pretty much the ability to wirelessly communicate with any other DLNA thing. Like, on the PlayStation 3, if you wanted to transfer your recorded gameplay over to your PC, you could do that with the DLNA, and it allowed you to wirelessly communicate with it. That ain't happening with the PS4. It's either the share button or nothing at all, because Sony really wants you to use that goddamn share button. Apparently whenever you touch it, you get some kind of like geek orgasm or something. They don't want you using DLNA or I don't know what the fuck else. That's another stupid thing, and I guess hopefully they could patch that in again. I doubt they will, but whatever. It's just... And also number 5, my last one. This is another big one. A lack of key features at launch. Basically, the vanilla system won't even allow you to play Blu-rays or DVDs. Or won't even have the recorded gameplay feature. What the fuck? What is that? What? And I've heard rumors of the PlayStation 4 being a really rushed product, and that they just need to push that shit out. I've heard this rumor about both consoles, and right now I really am inclined to believe it, because this seems like a rushed console. That it seems, I know a lot of games, like I said about Batman Arkham Origins, it was a rushed game. And the PlayStation 4 seems like a rushed console, because if you look at everything that's required in this day one patch, whereas if you don't even have internet, you're pretty much screwed as far as a PS4 is concerned. You can't play DVDs, you can't play Blu-ray, and the other stuff would require internet. So if you were to buy it in an area with no internet, then hey, that's your thing. But the fact that you can't even play Blu-rays on it without this patch, that's just odd. That is weird. And really, and even when you download this patch, there are still some key features that will not be available at launch. For instance, no HDMI capture device support. And it's been confirmed they're going to patch that in later, but not having that at launch is insanely stupid. You also can't assist with friends' games. I know that was a big feature touted about way back in February at their reveal conference. No suspend resume mode at launch. That's another big one that I was really looking forward to trying out because I like that idea of putting your PlayStation 4 in a very low power setting, and you could pick it back. You leave the house and then you could come back and the game will be right where it was when you left it without having to, turn off, shut the game down, take the game out of your PS3, turn off the console, and then come back, turn on the console, and blah 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 blah. I mean, it doesn't really say anything good about our society because we just want instant gratification instead of, getting off our ass and doing stuff. But hey, whatever. It's a cool mode, and I really liked it, and it does seem very next gen. Won't be there at launch. They're gonna patch that in later because I don't know why. And the last thing, support for official stereo headsets, not included at launch. Doesn't concern me all that much, but I know there's a lot of people out there that are pissed about that as well, and I understand. So there you go. And two things. I'm curious to, and I've gone on forums and everything. A lot of people are really angry at Sony right now for what I've just mentioned about this lack of upload streaming and CDs and MP3 files, and a lot of people are pissed about it. And I'm curious to see how Sony's gonna respond to this. And what's the guy's name? The guy, the worldwide Sony guy that is very active on Facebook. I'm not Facebook, Twitter, which I really appreciate. I'm curious to see what'll happen when they respond to this, and I don't know. And if they say we're gonna have YouTube in the future, I think that'll calm some of the flames of fury down. But if they never have YouTube, oh boy, that's just that's gonna be a big fucking mistake. That could be a system killer for some people that are really into, really were looking forward to uploading their stuff onto YouTube because they really couldn't care less about Twitch or Ustream or Facebook or the official PlayStation website. And another thing, I heard a while back that this launch lineup, the PlayStation 4's launch lineup, they considered this the best launch lineup they have ever had for the PS4, for any of their Sony products. Wow. If someone I understand them trying to promote it and trying to give good PR to the PlayStation 4, but if anybody in their right mind thinks that this is the best Sony can do as far as a launch lineup is concerned, either they are really fucking stupid, lying, or just full of shit. Because this is one of the worst console launch lineups I have ever seen, and it just breaks my heart to say that. But, I gotta call it like I see it, and I'm not gonna lie, simply because I prefer the PS4 over the Xbox One. And like I said, I do this out of love, and right now Sony needs some tough love as far as this is concerned, because some of it is not good news. And there was good news that came with the FAQ, but right now there's some huge missteps here that I hope they fix in the future. And I probably won't even be getting a PlayStation 4, and I'm just going to stick with my PS3 right now, because A, it works, and it's still got some cool games coming out, and I still want to hang on to it for a long while. I still use my PlayStation 2, which, hey, still works fine for me. So anyway, probably the one time I'll get a PlayStation 4, I'm going to wait until, all the fire dies down, and, I know that there's going to be some bugs that are going to come with both system launches, and it's going to fuck some people over, and it's not going to be happy. It's not going to be a very smooth launch for either of them, I can predict. So I'm just going to wait, take my time, research more, wait until better games come out, like Destiny and Infamous. Then I will get a PlayStation 4, and I will come back and say whether or not it was worth $400 in the wait. So anyway, if you can think of anything else, that pissed you off about this FAQ, or if you disagree with me about this stuff, please put it in the comments. I'd like to know what you guys out there think about this whole new situation right now. And also, if you like what you see, subscribe. I could really, I don't want to like be a subscriber whore, but you know what? I just really would like to meet some fellow, Sony fans on here, and I would just like to hear their opinions about this stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna upload this video and then hit the hay. So have a good night, and as always, have a good one.